All right, hi. Um, you might be wondering what we're talking about today, with the video being called Reflection and Adaptation. And this is going to be a video where I'm going to be very, very open and honest with you guys about stuff behind the scenes that I haven't really talked too much about. I have briefly mentioned bits and pieces of, but it's something that I really, really want to talk about for not only, my own sake, because I just really want to get this stuff out of my mind and just talk about it in a video, but I want to hopefully help you guys as well if you guys happen to be in a similar situation to me. And I don't know, this is going to be a video where I'm just going to be very open and honest about my life over the last year because it has been quite the fucking roller coaster to say the least. All right, so where do we start? Well, let's start a year from today. So, 1 year ago today, on July 28th, I got a text that pretty much changed the whole course of my life. You see, prior to that, I was in a pretty solid mindset, and, or at least so I thought. I thought I was in a pretty solid mindset, and I thought my life was pretty fine, honestly, at that time. Like, things were happy. Really nothing could go wrong. I just, the same thing every week. Just, you know, really, I was relaxed, and I had no worries. But I was very childish, very child mind like, I guess is the easiest way to say it. And I do still definitely have some of those traits. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on as we go through this video. But I really did not consider, anything that happened this day to have happened. So I wake up on the 28th and I receive a text that just completely just changed everything. And I'm not going to go into detail about what that text was. If you've watched previous videos on my channel, then you might know what I'm referring to. If you don't, the context of it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, it's not something that important to why I'm making this video. But it is an event that changed my life very, very much so. And it was a very big wake-up call. You see, here's the thing, guys. I was very, very codependent, and then maybe this kind of gives it away, kind of what I'm referring to. But I was very codependent, and I've been very just, expecting the same thing every single week to happen, and just overall, like I kind of just, I don't know, I was not very, I guess, organized. I didn't take care of myself. That's the best thing to say. I did not take care of myself. And so when I got hit with this, it really threw me off. It really kind of threw me off a lot. And over the last few months, it's been a lot of self-discovery. And we kind of talk about that and like things that have changed and things that I've really improved on and things that I continue to want to improve on. But to begin, when I first got that text the first day or so, things were fine. Things were fine. I was like, it didn't completely sink in the effects of what had happened. Like, I was like somewhat sad, but it didn't hit me until as time went on and on and on, and more certain occasions would come up where I really would feel very emotional, and it would just really kind of take me away mentally. Like, I'd be at work, and all of a sudden, I can't even work because I'm having this breakdown. I can't like focus. I'm just all out of it. I couldn't do it. I had to leave work early a few times, and it was emotional. It was fucking stressful. And there's just so many things that like, until after like a few months later, I didn't realize I was like not taking care of myself. There's a bunch of things that I kind of regret not doing up until that point. One of them was eating healthier. Prior to this date, I kind of had a very shitty eating habit, I guess you could say. For one, I ate way too much, which is really completely opposite as to how I used to be as a kid, because I used to be a really, really picky eater, and I wouldn't really eat much. Over the last few years, I kind of ate more and more and more and more and more, and I slowly realized how much weight I'd gained. In fact, I'm going to put a picture on screen. This is from a video that I was in 2023, I want to say. It was a video from a YouTuber called Showdown, and I was really happy to be in that video, and I still am really happy to be in that video. But man, it fucking kills me to look at myself in that video because I just feel like I look actually vile and disgusting. I looked like I came off a fucking subreddit, bro. I feel gross. Like, it's such a bad photo. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, like, I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't doing the best that I could. And over the last few months, not that I haven't cared about it before, I care way too much about my hygiene. I really do. I apply, like, so much deodorant. I put on a lot of fucking body spray. But, like, you know, I've really started to care a lot more about my hygiene. It's something that just, I really feel like I wasn't caring as much about. And, like, not that I wasn't putting deodorant on and stuff like that, but, like, I don't know, sometimes I get self-conscious and I'm like, oh shit, I feel like I need to put it on, like, more than once in a day. And I need to do this and that. Like, I wasn't taking care of that stuff prior. And now over the last few months, I've really just tried to take care of that. I've really just tried to, like, you know, do that. Another thing that I did that was a very hard thing for me to do, I can't lie, was I cut my hair. And when I initially got that haircut, I didn't even really want it to be that short as it was, like, way back when in, like, January, or, like, I think it was December that I got the haircut. I didn't even really want it to be that short, to be honest with you guys. Like, I got it cut so short because the haircut that I showed the lady on my phone was supposed to be, like, a wolf cut. And it just got to be way too short. And at first I was, like, really mad. I was like, holy shit, like, I spent so much time trying to grow my hair out. Like, it's like, I don't know if you guys remember, but my hair was so fucking long. Like, it was, like, going, like, all the way to, like, right here. And just, like, I don't know. To me, like, now that I'm thinking about it now, it feels kind of surreal that my hair was that long. But, like, dude, there's so many things I don't like about, like, long hair. Like, you have to take so much care of your, like, hair when it's super long like that. And not that I didn't take care of it, but, like, I didn't really know how to maintain it. I do use, like, shampoo and conditioner, and I try to use it on, like, a healthy, like, every other day basis, because, like, at least on my, like, shampoo and conditioner, it says you shouldn't use it every day. You should only use it every other day. But, like, I don't know. I've really tried to just, you know, I kind of realized I can't do this long hair thing. And there's a lot of other things I didn't really like about my long hair. Like, for one, it was really hard to style. Two, just, I really hated whenever I had, like, long hair in my mouth. Like, I'd be eating food and then there's, like, hair in my mouth. Like, it was so gross. I hated that. I really, really hated that. But just overall, like, I got that haircut and then I was like, wait, short hair honestly is not a bad look on me. And I'm not saying this is always going to be the case for every one of you guys that's watching this, but, like, you know, honestly, sometimes that change is not a bad thing. I grew my hair for a very, very long time. It had to be, like, 2 or 3 years. Like, I went, like, a few years in a row where I just didn't get a haircut. And then eventually I got it, and I'm like, wow, this is so much better. Which, again, I'm not telling you guys to do that. If you guys know how to maintain your hair and you have better hair than me, which my hair is very thin, it's unfortunate, but, like, not really much I can do about it. But, you know, if you have better hair than me, like, by all means, like, go grow out that long hair, bro. Like, you got that shit. But for me, I kind of ultimately realized after, like, a week or so that, wow, yeah, I honestly kind of prefer my hair short like this. Or at least, like, medium length, or like, somewhere around there. Just definitely not long, because I can't do that again. Maybe I will later down the line at some point if I'm able to again, just to, you know, try it. But as of right now, I think this is, like, a really good length for me, and I just don't really feel like changing it anymore. Another thing I've also considered, that it was something that was on my mind for the longest time, and I only got it done, I want to say either beginning of this year, or I want to say it was end of the year. I've really got my dates mixed up. It's been a while. But my ear's getting pierced right here. I did this, and it's been something that I've kept saying. I kept saying and saying and saying for over the last few years, like, oh, I want to get my ears pierced. I want to get my ears pierced. I just never acted on it until finally one day I decided, you know what? Let's do a whole new look. So I got my hair cut, and then, like, literally a week later, I got my ears pierced, and it was awesome. I felt really good. I felt really good changing. And there's still more things I want to do that I've been very up in the air about, or at least I was up in the air about for, like, years now, that I've ultimately kind of just decided, you know what, fuck it. You know what, you only live once. Might as well just try this shit out. So another few things that I want to do in the future is I want to get a nose piercing, like a nose ring, like right here. I think that would be really cool. I also want to get a tattoo right here of, like, The Weeknd's albums, because if you guys haven't seen my previous video, I'm a very, very big Weeknd fan. And I'll talk about that in a second as well. But just, you know, I want to get, like, tattoos. I want to get this. I want to get Ace's tattoo from One Piece right here. There's a bunch of things I really want to do that I kind of just was, like, scared to do at first. I don't know why I was scared to do it, but, you know, I'm finally realizing, you know what? Let's fucking do it. You know, I'm in my early 20s still. I've got shit to do. I've got fun stuff to do, and I don't want to wait until later. Going back to the music thing I was saying, with the weekend. So prior to this event that happened a year ago, I did listen to music, but just not very often. Like I listen to it every now and then in the car. But like half the time I'd be preferring to listen to like podcasts or like watching YouTube, like stuff like that. Like I really didn't care too much for music because like for me I felt like, oh, I always need to feel it. Like I feel like I need to see stuff visually for me to care much about it, right? And over the last few months that mindset has really kind of changed for me. It really has. And like I've already made a video kind of talking about like the whole like impact the weekend has kind of had on me. And obviously it's not just him. There's other music that's really kind of impacted me a lot. That's like also helped me out a lot. But the weekend's definitely been the main one. And it's just the fact that I really took music for granted, to say the least. And like I said, I didn't really listen to music that much before. Like people kind of looked at me crazy when I said like, oh, I don't really listen to music when I'm playing games or you know whatever I'm driving. Every now and then I'll listen to it. But like I didn't listen to music like that. Like even when I say like, oh, After Hours is like one of my first albums I actually sat down and listened to, like people are like, you waited till like 2020 or 2021 to like listen to an album in full like that? Like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, that really just, I don't know. I wasn't very exploratory when it came to music way back when. Like it's, I don't know, it's still somewhat a new thing for me. So I started listening to like more of the Weeknd's music. I listened to a lot of his older stuff like Kissland and House of Balloons, Thursday, Echoes of Silence, MDM. MDM has been one of my favorites, bro. MDM and Kissland. Listen, here's the thing. After Hours is never getting topped for me. It's never going to get topped because that is the OG album for me. Like, nothing can top it. And it has my favorite song of all time on that album, In Your Eyes. Never getting topped. However, Kissland really comes close because there's a lot of songs on Kissland that, like, when I first got into the Weeknd, like, you know, whole XO community, whatever you want to consider it, I don't really care. I'm going to get into some nerdy shit for, like, a few seconds here, or for, like, a minute or two here. I always heard people hype up Kissland, and I never really understood the hype, because I'm like, this music sounds so weird compared to his, like, new stuff. Like, this doesn't sound like After Hours, or this doesn't sound like Dawn FM or Hurry Up Tomorrow. Like, this is, like, weird to me. But the more I listen to the songs, the more I'm like, holy fuck, these songs, like, when you actually sit down and listen to them and, like, kind of, like, listen through the lyrics and, like, read what he's saying, it's like, holy shit, like, actually, this music is so good. I was sleeping on it. I'll admit it. I was sleeping on it. But yeah, so like, I don't know. I've just really started to appreciate music a lot more because I went through and I kind of read the lyrics. Like, In Your Eyes was my favorite song for the longest time, and it still is my favorite song. But I never really knew what the lyrics of the song meant. I never knew what Abel was actually singing about in that song. And then one day, like a month or so ago, I decided, you know what? Let me read into these lyrics and just kind of see what he was singing about, because I'm curious if it's the same thing that I've kind of had pictured in my mind, or if it's something else entirely. And it was something else entirely, and it really, I'll admit it made me cry when I first like read it, because it just, I don't know, it hit a little too close to home. But anyway, what I'm trying to say though is like, music was something I just really was taking for granted. I didn't start listening to as like, I finally started listening to it more this year. Like I remember my Spotify Wrapped thing, because like I like checking that out. I love waiting at the end of the year to see what I have, because like for me, like I said, I'm not much of a music person, so I'm curious what has changed over the years, considering I didn't listen to much music. But now I've listened to so much more music, and I've started to listen to so many more artists, which a lot of my friends, I gotta say thank you to, because they've put me on a lot more music and like really, I don't want to say change my taste, but like they've definitely given me more music to like listen to, considering my main like top 3 or so artists over the last few years have been like The Weeknd #1, Kid Laroi second or so, and then like I don't even know who else would be in the top 3. Like I think MGK was in it at one point, because like I was listening to the one album, Take Us My Downfall, which go ahead and bully me for it. I don't care. I don't care, guys. Listen, it's whatever. We're out of that phase. I haven't listened to MGK in a minute, but like my point that I'm trying to make though is like I really started to listen to more music and just change shit up. Which the other thing, so I've been somewhat open about my age on here before. If not, I'll tell you guys straight up. I'm 22 years old. I am 22 years old. I've been out of high school since 2021. So I've been out of high school for 4 years now. And it's gonna be 5 years pretty soon, like next year. Like, and that's kind of crazy to think about for me. Like, holy fuck, bro. Like, I'm getting old. I might be Unk. I might be Unk. Unk washed. But no, seriously, one of the things that's really, I don't want to say stressed me out, but like a lot of my friends and like, people that I went to high school with, they're already wrapping up their shit for college. They're wrapping up, they're getting their like, they've finished their 4 years and now it's like on to like the actual career type shit. And my ass is sitting at home doing a retail job and fucking doing YouTube shit. Like, bro, what am I doing? Like, what am I fucking doing? But here's the thing. That was my choice to ultimately not go to college. I ultimately chose it. And I'm not gonna try and self-glaze here for a bit, but like, I may be a goofball, but I'm not really a stupid person, to say the least. Someone might argue with me on that, but like, what I'm trying to say is I feel like I'm not really utilizing my smarts that much. Like, I definitely could have gone to college and I definitely could have done shit and probably, been with all these other people that are graduating right now. But I chose not to because I was scared. And the reason why I was scared is because I didn't want to commit to college if I didn't know what I was doing. Because that was something that really, really kind of scared me. And just being in debt and just like, oh, bro, owing money for that long is just something that I don't really want to think about. And it's something that really scares me a lot. So I just ultimately said to my parents, I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. I know you guys probably wanted me to go to college. I don't want to do it. And I was really scared my parents were going to be really disappointed in me. But luckily my parents are like, they're fucking awesome. So they were like completely understood. And they just told me, hey, listen, as long as you're working, that's what matters. And I've been told a lot over the last few years that I still need to try college out. And I finally decided that I think I want to start college next year. I want to start doing community college just to start off to do general eds, shit like that. And then eventually figure out what I want to do. Because I don't want to sit here and waste my time and just be working in retail and just nothing changes. The same thing happens every single day. This is what I'm talking about when I made the title of this video, Reflection and Adaptation. Because the thing is, I need to adapt and I need to start changing to like, actually make shit happen. I need to adapt. I need to get fucking out of this cycle, bro. I need to stop sitting in the same fucking cycle of just going home, playing games, making YouTube videos, and then going to sleep, and then repeating the cycle. Another thing, which that kind of reminds me, is like, over the last few years, the other thing I really have not done is like gone out and done experiences for myself. I've been, like I said, I've been very codependent. So a few weeks ago, I decided, you know what, fuck it. Let's just do a beach trip by myself. Went to the beach, and it was nice. It was an awesome, fun time. It was a nice day out. I got some really cool shirts. I got like a cool hat when I was there. Had some really good food. I had a little vacation day for me only. And it definitely did suck not having someone to go with. Like, because my friends are busy and whatnot. But like, it was still fun. You know what? It's a little journey. And I got out of my small town and just went out and I just went and did shit. I went to a weekend concert, like, what was that, a month or so ago? And I'm going to another one in like a week or two here. So it's like, or at least as of me recording this, in like a week or two here. By the time this goes out, I'll be at the concert in like 2 days. But, I really just want to, do more shit that I just wasn't able to do like a year or two ago. Just go out and explore shit and go out and like have fun. Because like I didn't really do that. I stayed at home and I stayed in my area and just that was it. I would go on a trip like every now and then, but I didn't do like anything. And here's the thing, I'm not in school. I'm working, but like that's it. There's literally nothing stopping me from doing this shit. That's why I want to get tattoos. That's why I want to get my nose pierced. Like there's literally nothing stopping me from doing this shit now while I'm young. I don't want to fucking wait until I'm old and I'm like in all this stuff. Like no, I gotta do this shit now and have fun. That's been like my mindset change. And the other thing I've also kind of realized is this, right? And I mean, I guess this will kind of hint at what this whole event was that's happened. I've really just kind of started to appreciate just being by myself and just not having to rely completely on someone and not having to just, I don't really know how to say it. It's been a lot of independence shit. Like I've been trying to figure out what makes me happy and just, doing shit on my own to make me happy. I've started going on walks. I've started to just, like I said, eat better, or at least not eat as much. Like right now, like from that picture I showed you earlier, guys, I didn't really mention it. I lost like 30 pounds since then. I've lost a lot. Like it's fucking crazy to me. Like just, I don't know how much has changed, just how much I've really changed myself. And like I said, there are values of myself that I still try to keep from who I was a year ago. And there's a lot that I still, there's things that I want to change about myself, but there's things I definitely don't want to change about myself. Like I said, right now, here's what I would say. If you're in a situation like me where you're just like, your life is boring, you're not fucking doing shit, you're not changing shit, like, you're just kind of like, I don't know, you're living life day to day and just hoping for the best. Make a fucking change. You know what? You see a concert that looks good, you see that weekend concert, book a fucking ticket and go, bro. Get out of the house! Get out of the house! Like, go out and do something. Go, you know what? Go on a walk. Go on a walk around the neighborhood. Go, like, look up, like, trails and shit nearby you and just go on a walk. Like, literally shit like this. This is what I've kind of, like, this is what's really just gonna change for me. That and just, like, I don't know. I've even gotten bored of playing games recently because, like, I don't know. I just want to go out and do shit. I want to go out, like, I want to hang out with my friends. I want to go, like, travel places. I want to have fun experiences, like, and memories. I want to keep going to the anime conventions. I want to do all this fucking shit, bro. Which isn't expensive, yes, but, like, here's the thing. You only live once, and you need to make sure that, like, in your time, like I said, I'm in my early 20s. You need to make sure you're utilizing this time and, like, having the most fun you can, bro. Because, like, once you get older, you can't do shit like that. And it sucks, but that's the way life rolls. If I had to wrap this video up, like, saying, like, one last thing, here is what I would personally say. You know, go out there, and if there's something that you want to, like, actually make a change for, I think you should go down, sit on your phone, and, like, write in the notes app, because, you know, everyone should have, like, a notes app on their phone. Write down things that you want to change and things that you want to do, and write down underneath those things that you want to do steps of how to get to those things. Like, for example, say, I want to go out and I want to meet more people, or I want to go out and I want to go to more concerts and stuff like that. Okay, how do you want to do that? You want to go to a concert? For one, start saving some money. Two, look at some artists that are, like, nearby. Like, if your favorite artist is nearby, fuck it, why not? Go to, like, your nearby one. I live in Pennsylvania, go to Philly. Like, that's what I did. Or, you know, even if they're not in your state, like, look around and see if there's one that's, like, maybe, like, a state away that still you're able to drive to. Like, do it, why not? Like, honestly, go for the change. Just, you know, go out there, meet new people. Like, meeting new people has been one of my other favorite things that I've done over the last few years, over the last, like, year. I've tried to be a lot more social, and I've tried to be a lot more open, and, like, a lot more, like, I don't want to say extroverted, but, like, I really tried to just open up a lot more and stop being so, like, introverted. I am still definitely an introvert, don't get me wrong, but I really tried to just go and, like, make new friends. Even if there's people that are, like, very, very different from me, I've tried to reach out and just be like, hey, you know, I see we have a similar interest, like, do you want to be friends? Or, like, you know, hey, like, let's play games together and shit like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Like, I think that's, like, honestly awesome. And it's really hard to do that nowadays. Like, as crazy as that sounds, considering everyone has social media, how do you, like, I genuinely don't know how you initiate a conversation with someone online to, like, become friends. Like, other than, like, you know, I mean, obviously on games and shit, like, that's a lot easier. But, like, you know, say you see someone on, like, Instagram or, like, Snapchat, they're like, oh, that person looks like they'd be, like, friends with me. Like, or I feel like I could be friends with them. Like, let me reach out. It's hard to, like, become just friends out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You have to kind of make it natural and, like, can't really force it. But, like, it's weird. I don't know. It's been a new territory I've been trying to tread in, to just try and make new friends. You know, it is what it is. Bond with the people that are close to you. Like, you know, your best friends, like, reach out to them more often if you're able to, or if you don't reach out to them enough. Like, check in with them. Check in on old friends that you haven't talked to in a while. Like, honestly, you know, I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. I'm sure, like, because I had that happen to me, like, literally a day or two ago, where, like, one of my old online friends reached out to me, someone I haven't talked to in, like, years, and I was like, holy fuck, like, bro remembers me. Like, that's crazy. I love doing that. I think it's so much fun. So if you haven't done that, like, reach out to some old people, like, stuff like that. I think I said the last words, like, a while ago, but I got sidetracked again. But, again, let me just say this is, like, the last thing for this video. The last thing that I just kind of want to say. Over the last year, it really has been rough for me. Like, I won't lie. My mindset has been really, really rough, like, where I've been at. And, like, I've definitely been, like, that moment really emotionally wrecked me. It really did. I definitely have some trauma from this shit. But I'm trying to become stronger. I'm trying to become a stronger person. I'm trying to, like, fix myself. I'm trying to... Not that there's anything wrong with me, but there's things that I want to improve on. That's kind of what I more so mean. And if you get into a moment where, like, you reach your lowest point, you have to, like, slowly build yourself back up, bro. And you need to become a better person than you were before, and just try and just improve as much as you can about yourself. Because that's what I've been doing. And I feel a lot better who I am today compared to who I was a year ago. I feel a lot better weight-wise, appearance-wise. Mentally, I feel like I am slightly better. And just overall, like, I don't know, I feel a lot better compared to who I was maybe a year ago. There are certain things I miss about who I was a year ago. Like, I miss being somewhat childish, but at the same time, you have to lock in, bro. Lock the fuck in. That's what I gotta say. Lock in. That's the final words I gotta say for this video. Lock the fuck in. And if you lock in, things will change and life will be better. At least that's what I think, in my opinion. But yeah, I hope this video helps some of you guys. It definitely has kind of helped me getting this shit off my mind because it's been something that's really been on my mind for the longest time. And again, I debated on making this a public video or a private video or how I want to do this, but I'm going to make it public. I want you guys to hopefully like learn something from this video and hopefully like reflect on it and just, maybe you'll get something out of it and like I can end up helping you. Because I've definitely seen a lot of videos that have really helped me. I'm going to link to channels in the description of like channels that have really kind of helped me over the last year when it came to advice and stuff. So I'm hoping I can help you guys out. And you know what? If you need more help, check those channels out. Maybe they'll help you too. But that's it. That's all I got to say. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.